Welcome into the National Signing Day show here at the University of Alabama. We're so happy to have you with us this morning. Grab some coffee, some breakfast, and sit with us. We have a packed show for you. Beside me, two Crimson Tide greats, John Parker Wilson, Rashad Johnson, Maggie Hetzel. Guys, this is an exciting day for what we have in store for everybody for the next 2 hours. Now, the original signing day in February still exists, but today is the early signing day. And how prominent is the early signing period now in college athletics?
I mean, it's very prominent. You're getting a lot of guys off the board. I think the first year was around 65%, last year 77%, and this year you're probably expecting even more. You're getting guys to the university faster, getting opportunity to get in for the academics, learn the system football-wise, and then you find them graduating early as well. So I think it's a great system these guys are taking advantage of.
Yeah, this is the big one. Allows the guys a chance to get on campus early, to get it out of the way where they can really focus on football. I love it. This is a good time of year. It's right before the bowl games, after all the championship games. So a big time for these guys, exciting time for these high school guys. I remember like it was yesterday of signing. I know we're going to talk about it. But I really do like this, that the guys can focus on football after getting this out of the way.
And you guys are embedded in the program, so how are we feeling this morning? Are you excited to see who you guys are going to talk about for the next 4 years?
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Definitely excited about it. These guys are making decisions that are life decisions. You know, the next 4 years, 3 to 4 years, they're going to be committed to a program. But not only that, they'll become family, become lifetime members, you know, just like John Parker and myself. So we're excited to accept our new brothers and show them the way when they get here. So it's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, lifelong friends of guys in your weddings, of still keeping contact like Rashad and I remember coming in together and the bonds that are spent. I mean, this is a special place, the University of Alabama. Here these guys are. They've worked their entire lives to get here. And in just a few months, we'll be kicking off for the first time and big-time college football.
Now, we're going to take us back a little bit to both of your signing days. You each had a little bit different of an experience. John Parker, you were signing class of 2005, so talk about that experience for you.
Yeah, so growing up a lifelong Alabama fan in Birmingham, for me, when I got the scholarship offer from Mike Shula, offensive coordinator Dave Rader, I mean, I was racing to sign as early as possible. No early signing day when I was around, but a special time in my life to be able to just come be a part of this university and to do so many things. Had the chance to play quarterback here was really special. And I know, like I said earlier, these guys work so hard. There's so many people involved, parents, teachers, coaches that get you to these points, and here it is. These guys, all their hard work's paying off.
Now, Rashad, we're going to flip over to you. So you had a little bit different of an experience. You came into the university and the program in 2004, but you signed your scholarship in 2006 because you were a walk-on. Talk to me about that experience.
It was an unbelievable experience, you know, something that I always cherish and take with me. Walking on here at the University of Alabama, I was always, you know, a born in-state guy, so I bled crimson, wanting to be a part of the program. And just taking opportunity to roll the dice, betting on myself. So no matter if you're a 3-star, 4-star, 5-star guy, it all matters what you're going to do after you get to the university and the opportunity you take advantage of when it's given to you. So for me, I was able to take advantage of it, sign a scholarship, like you said, in 2006. Coach Saban came here, 2007, switched over to safety, and, you know, the rest was history. So just excited to watch these guys, but just remember, you got to take advantage of your opportunity. Doesn't matter if you're a 3-star, 4-star, 5-star, you can all get it done.
Now, every year's signing class is incredibly important, but this year the Tide do have a number of seniors to replace. Let's hit on some of those. First, let's start with the defense. Shaheem Carter, Trayvon Diggs, Jared Maiden, Raekwon Davis, Anthony Jennings, and we can go on.
Yeah, I mean, we have a ton. Like you said, there's 5, you know, defensive guys that, you know, have transitioned on to graduating or possibly the NFL. These seniors, I mean, they're hard to replace. You know, Shaheem Carter, just a smart guy on the back end. Raekwon Davis, big physical guy up front. Anthony Jennings, 5th-year senior, you know, went through a lot. So, I mean, it's a lot to get guys to come in and buy in and be cornerstones of our program like these guys were. And we're looking forward to our next class of guys, these young guys being that next wave.
Yeah, a lot of leadership from these guys, too, that you're going to leave. So freshmen are expected to come up even sooner now and contribute because those names that you just mentioned on the defensive side of the ball, a lot of production, a lot of tackles, a lot of sacks, a lot of guys making plays. Tough to replace, but that's what recruiting's all about. That's why Coach Saban has remained on top for as long as he have over a decade here at Alabama, is keeping these recruits, keeping these young guys coming in.
And a couple, or actually not a couple, but a good amount of guys graduating, 16 juniors and seniors graduating. Now, a couple of those guys obviously staying along, but seniors, juniors graduating in 3 years, also with the full football schedule you have. What is that like to see those guys?
It's incredible. I mean, standing ovation for these guys who have done that, especially the juniors who are going to come back and play next year, but also the seniors that are transitioning out. I mean, it's a huge accomplishment to come here and get a scholarship to play football, but not only get a scholarship and play football, but earn your degree as well to transition transition to life after football. It just shows that the program are building great football players, but they're building great men as well.
Yeah, I don't think about anything about it. And I think the culture that Coach Saban has created of coming in and not just playing football, but getting your degree. Obviously, enrolling early helps, but taking time advantage during the summer of knocking out a lot of your classes. I mean, you come to a big-time school like this, a prestigious university, they're just not giving out degrees, so a lot of hard work going in from all these guys. I remember taking the picture in the same place with Coach Saban on those steps, coming from Coleman Coliseum, coming back over. You know, it's a lot of pride, too, to go out there, to wear the cap and gown, to graduate from college. A lot of these kids are the first ones to graduate from their family, so special, they can live on forever.
A huge congratulations to those graduates again. And remember, as we go through the morning, you may see announcements or press conference elsewhere, but you want to make sure you stick with us right here, because when you see it here, you know it's official. Now, with all that out of the way, let's take a look at the action, and that's already happened this morning, and check out our big board and our first official look at the members of the signing class of 2020. You got Brian Branch, Seth McLaughlin, Javian Cohen, Rodell Williams, and Kyle Edwards, which we're all going to break down here in a few moments, guys. But already a great list of names.
Yeah, great list of names right there. Like you said, you know, 2 running backs already, 2 offensive linemen. So we're beefing up the offensive side of the ball, and a great, you know, recruiting Brian Branch, you know, a safety prospect from Georgia.
Love to see the offensive guys come up.
You like that
we got
beef,
4.
Yeah.
We got 2 big guys blocking for us. Those 2 guys are good. We're going to see some highlights of it, but love the offense coming off early.
And the social media is going to be prominent today, which we'll hit on a few times. But you guys didn't have the social media when you were signing. Facebook official?
Yeah, Facebook makes it official.
Okay, well, the Twitter, everything that we have today.
We were still sitting in faxes back when we were signing.
Okay, guys, so you can see we're going to have a packed morning. You want to make sure to stay right here with us, and we'll dive into those first names when we come back.
If you think you know Alabama, there's more. Think entrepreneurs and authors, performers, innovators, and CEOs, shaping our world, inspiring us, making us think differently. The University of Alabama, where legends are made.
Upgrade your game day with Crimson Tide Access. Get into the action and go behind the scenes with exclusive access to teams and facilities, or choose from several other unforgettable upgrades that are available at home Alabama athletic events. Visit RollTide.com/Crimson Tide Access for details and to upgrade your game day today.
We're going to work our tails off every day. We're going to get this thing rolling in the right direction.
Oh, baby, what a jumper!
Oh my goodness, what a play. Oh, mercy. Unbelievable.
Showtime. Bama fans here at Coleman are on their feet.
Trust each other, love each other, let's do this for one another.
She's meant so much to this program.
And I am so proud of this team and where we're headed.
What a moment for the Crimson Tide when they needed it the most. A double-double was nuts.
We are built by champions.
So much airtime.
We are built by Bama.
Welcome back into the National Signing Day show here at the University of Alabama. Rashad Johnson, John Parker Wilson next to me. We've got everything here for you, as we've already talked about a little bit this morning. This is the early signing day. That February 5th signing date still does exist, but a couple of those big names coming in for us already. Brian Branch, Javian Cohen, Seth McLaughlin, which we're all going to break down.
Yeah, it's a big day for her. We already got some guys rolling in. The early signing day has gotten started. We mentioned him earlier, like you said, Brian Branch, a great safety prospect from Georgia. Can't wait to get to his highlights and talk about him. Seth McLaughlin, like we said, beefing up that offensive line. Javian Cohen, in-state guy. You know, a late commit. You know, he was committed to Auburn for most of his recruiting process. And, you know, here last week, just 7 days ago, decided to flip and come with the Tide. And we're excited to have him and his family.
Let's start with Brian Branch, defensive back, 6 foot, 185 pounds, Tyrone Georgia, like you mentioned, Sandy Creek High School totaled 58 tackles, 5 interceptions, and 6 pass breakups in his junior campaign.
Yeah, I mean, this kid is phenomenal. Athletically, if you watch him here on this play, watch his vertical presence to go up and make this play, number 14, and not just make the play, makes the catch one-handed. Defensive back, showing you his versatility now, playing a little offense. Receiver, gets off the press, one-on-one, let's just let him make a play. Something about this one-handed catch here, man, Odell Beckham style.
Making a play is right, a jump ball, and I love seeing these DBs that can go both sides of the ball. He can obviously go make plays right there with the interception, but knowing what it takes to be a wide receiver, I think really helps translate to the secondary where you can go get in the minds of a receiver and go make those interceptions like he's done 15 times throughout his career.
Yeah, I mean, leading his whole state record for his school and 15 interceptions in there, offensively transitioning to defense, showing he can make the play on the tackle as a safety there.
Yeah, and safety, and a guy like that can play receiver probably can go play cornerback too, multiple positions, just got to be an athlete. I know Coach Saban likes, like you were a guy, started at running back, transition to safety. The more you can do, the more athletic you can be. Coach Saban will move you around and get you on the field.
Definitely, and I look forward to having this guy here.
And some of those guys do have athlete on their, bios as their position because you don't know where they're going to come in and transition into college. Now, one of the guys, you know his position because of his size, Seth McLaughlin, offensive lineman, 6'4", 278 pounds from Buford, Georgia, led his high school to a state championship this year.
Yeah, and Buford is a big-time football program over there in the state of Georgia. I knew it well when I worked out with the Falcons. Buford High School was right down the road. They take football serious. This guy's been super well coached. Right there, you can see him working to the second level. Those are the things you need when you come to big-time SEC football, of having the skill sets, being able to use your hands, and then your size like that to push him in the end zone.
Definitely, like you said, working to the second level, and then just changing the line of scrimmage. That's where you win the game in a game of football, offensively and defensively. If you watch him here, he's going to change the line of scrimmage, push his guy back, working up to that second level like John Parker was talking about, and finishing physically here. I mean, the team ran behind him all season long, and one reason, and a great reason, is because he won most of those battles. Here he is now climbing up to the second level.
And playing multiple positions also. It's not just playing left on the left side, right there on the right side. You need to be able to move around and play tackle, play guard, even play center if possible. To me, this guy's athletic enough to do them all. He's not just going to be pigeonholed at one position, but he can play really all 5 of the positions. And now we've seen this year, it came to injury a little bit, but we've seen even offensive linemen play the tight end position. So when you have an athletic guy like this, it really translates well to big-time college football.
It definitely translates well, and like you said, what helps him as a freshman also is he's going to get on the field early. If he can play all 5 positions and possibly come in and play some extra tight end position for the extra lineman, you look for a guy as a true freshman that can come in and help this line very early.
And you know how important it is to have that strong line in front of you as a former quarterback. You've got another one coming in, another offensive lineman, Cohen, a 6'4", 296-pound guy out of Phoenix City, Alabama. Central High School, you both are familiar with that high school, 4-star recruit, and he chooses the Crimson Tide over Auburn and South Carolina, among other offers.
Yeah, and a big flip from Auburn. I think this is a huge get for Coach Saban down there, close to Auburn territory. Right here, you can see this guy pulling. One of the things we've seen with this new modern-day offense, run-pass options, is you need your tackles to be just as athletic as the guards. He moves really well for a big guy. Obviously uses his big size right there. Got to work on keeping your hands inside, but just throw and using his strength at the end of the play.
Yeah, like you say, he's using his strength at the end of the play, and what you also see as well, he has a mean punch. When he punches those guys, he's punching them to the ground right now. Just lets you know how strong he really is. And what I also love about him is just how committed he is. This team won the state championship in 2008, and he declined to wear his state championship ring all season to show that he wasn't satisfied. So that's the type of player that we're getting here. I love that about him and his character and what he's going to bring to this program for sure.
I think that's huge. I really do. That's leadership to me, and all these guys are going to be really highly rated, but when you can take it deeper and you can take that ownership of the team like that. Not wearing, I mean, I remember having a state championship ring in high school. It's like it's the coolest thing. You wear your Letterman jacket around the class, but he says, we're not finished yet. I've got one more year left. We got unfinished business, even though they won a state championship. I like to have those guys around the program. I think that really rubs off on everybody. We talked about all the seniors leaving, a lot of guys leaving. So you need the freshmen to step up even faster.
Totally.
And it's incredible to see this raw film of these high school players and everything that they have at their disposal to become these incredible players that we see as seniors now. So off that big board and those 3 raw talents, how big are they going to be in a couple of years?
Yeah, you know, I love seeing these highlight cut-ups where they're kind of men amongst boys, right?
Yeah.
There's some undermatched people. You can see Cohen right there just throwing people down. Can't do that at Alabama playing the SEC teams, but you got to come in and learn quickly. And having this early signing period allows these guys to do it, learn faster. They're obviously huge stars, but now you got to translate to the second level.
Definitely have to translate. And what I love about when you watch these guys right here is something that you know is going to translate. They all were physical in their play, and they look like they enjoyed the game. Things that you can't teach. We can teach them the fundamentals. We can teach them the techniques and the way that we want them to do the job. But we want guys that love football and guys that are enjoying what they're doing. And you watch that film there, it looked like those guys really were having fun, dominating up front as offensive linemen and in the secondary making plays. So we're excited to have all three of those playmakers.
And they're having fun on the football field, but they're also having fun on social media today, telling everybody who they picked for those next few years playing college football. Let's take a look at this social media. First, Brian Branch, the University of Alabama, home, roll tide.
Love it, man. Standing there with great Charles Kelly, the safeties coach here. I mean, just a great young man. His family, his mother Sharon, just a great woman. Just excited to have the whole entire Branch family traveling over from Atlanta, not far at all. So it's definitely going to be a lot of fun for him these next 3 or 4 years.
And my big bros passed the torch. You guys, the guys after you, the incredible players
That's
passing.
exactly right. Branch got the number 14 on in the picture too. That's the number I wore. So this guy's already working on me.
Yeah.
Already a fan favorite in my book, but that this is special. And I think one of the things we don't always talk about is the legacy and the tradition that we have. And a guy like that from a different state, just understanding already what it's like and the tradition that we have here at Alabama, it goes special, goes deeper when the guys like that can understand what they're coming into.
How many guys walk under that be a champion sign to play? Now, Seth McLaughlin, your big offensive lineman. I'm signing my NLI today, 8 a.m. in the team meeting room to the greatest university in the country, Roll Tide, with those big star eyes. You know he wants to be a star.
No doubt about it. And when you watch that film, he looks like a star. I mean, he's moving that defensive line off the ball. They were running behind him each and every week. And like he says here, man, count your blessings. It's definitely a blessing to get this opportunity, and he has a great family around him. So excited to get him here in the building.
Yeah, and expected to make an early impact. Offensive lineman, you got to come. You never know. We've seen injuries at all different positions, so you never know when your time is going to be called. Signing day's over. You got to make your blessings count too. And then that to me is, hey, it's time to get to work. Get in here early. Get with Coach Cochran. Especially the bigger guys, you need to get in, get your weight up. You need to get your strength up. Not so much on the outside, the skill guys. You kind of come in, you could be more ready to play. But these offensive linemen, you're right. You got to go make your blessings count and get to work.
And then we're going to go with another offensive lineman, JV Cohen, and he says, I will be signing my NLI tomorrow at 9:30 in Central High Expansion Facility, which happened this morning, and time to make my dream a reality. And that's the epitome of what this is for these guys, a true dream. So many football players trying to get to this level.
Yeah, so many guys, and Javo the Great, as you can see there, he's going to be great. He chose to be great. He chose to challenge himself by coming to the greatest university in terms of football and creating men. And he's going to get opportunity to go against iron sharpens iron each and every week. Guys that are like Anthony Jennings, who just left, a pillar, a captain. He gets those opportunities week in and week out to work on his craft. So Javo the Great, hope you're up for the task, man.
It is a treat for us to get to talk about these incredible players and talk about their dream. And there's plenty of others coming up to continue the dream of Alabama football, which you guys both live. So stay with us, grab some coffee, join us, and don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Starbucks.
Three-pointer on the way. Bottom!
What a road win for Alabama.
At the buzzer, count it if it goes. It's gone!
Top of the key, a three. Got it!
And there's Walker.
With the free Crimson Tide Rewards app, you can check your point balance, see the latest promotions, redeem your points for tons of different prizes, and even check into events you attend. Download the Crimson Tide Rewards app to sign up and start winning today.
Trust each other, love each other. Let's do this for one another.
She's
meant so much to this program.
And I'm so proud of this team and where we're headed.
What a moment for the Crimson Tide when they needed it the most. A double-double was nuts.
We are built by champions.
So much airtime.
We are built by Bama.
Calling all kids 12 and under. Join Big Al's Kids Club today and show your Crimson Tide pride. It is the official kids club of Alabama Athletics and is free. Members will experience exclusive benefits such as discounts on tickets, special giveaways, and behind-the-scenes access that are not available to anyone else. Visit BigAlsKidsClub.com for more information and to join the Big Al's Kids Club for free today. Welcome back to the National Signing Day show here at the University of Alabama, here with two University of Alabama greats, John Parker Wilson, Rashad Johnson, Maggie Hetzel here with you. Let's take a look at the big board so far, what we've got this morning. A couple of great players so far and really beefing up the offense.
Yeah, really beefing up the offense with our offensive line with Javion Cohen, Seth McLaughlin as well. And then we got two guys coming in here right here as well, Rodell Williams and Cal Edwards, running backs. Two guys that are going to tote the ball for us and tote the pill. And so it's great to beef up this offensive line, but also guys that can carry it behind them.
Yeah, you got to have the guys up front to block them. And these two guys, though, that we're about to talk about, carrying the ball, they can do it. A lot of touchdowns in high school. These running backs now, though, they're playing receiver, they're playing running back. Like we talked about earlier, a lot of athletes coming to the University of Alabama.
And we got one on the defense for you. We got Brian Branch. Yeah. We're working some DBs in there.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, let's go back over to the offense, though. Rodell Williams, running back, 5'10", 207, Hueytown, Alabama. He's one of the top prospects in the state of Alabama.
And a great prospect in the state of Alabama as well. As you can watch here, his jump cut and the way he changed direction. And not only changed direction, finished the run. Guy has an angle on him. Able to cut back, make the play, and finish it for a touchdown. It shows his awareness there. He sees someone about to make a play on his legs, able to high step in that moment. Shows that he's thinking as he's running with the ball. Was able to have 3 1,000 consecutive seasons of rushing yards in high school. I mean, just a dominant player, showing you his speed there.
A lot of speed on the back end, too, to run away from people. But his ability to miss in the hole, and to me, the decisiveness right there. Boom. Make a tackle, put your move, spin move, get out of there, and then go. Don't dance around too much in the pocket. To me, this guy has the patience, but also the explosiveness in the back end to finish it for touchdowns like he did so many times.
He did so many times. What I love right there in that last play, showed his character, got hit late in the end zone, and then just continued to go back to the huddle and didn't react to it. But just shows how great of a player also just to finish the run. He's been running away from guys as we watch this highlight film over and over. Shows why he was 3 seasons of a consecutive 1,000-yard rusher and a top player in the state of Alabama.
2,757 yards, registering 32 touchdowns as a junior. If he can bring half that, a little bit of that to the Crimson Tide, I think we're all going to be happy.
Nose for the end zone. I really like it. I really think that's a trait to look at, is knowing just how to get in there, how to score 6 points for your team, keep the ball moving. But, man, he's got good moves right there inside the tackle box.
I love it. And I think the consistency as well is what I love about him. As a running back, you want to be consistent. How is he going to play week in and week out? And just put 3 1,000-yard seasons together shows he's a guy that's going to be consistent, that's going to be healthy for us, which is a big thing.
Stay healthy, too. I mean, you got to stay on the field. If you're playing and getting that many carries and be able to stay healthy, it tells me a lot about the guy.
Another running back coming in along with him is going to be Kyle Edwards, 6 foot, 205 pounds, out of Destrehan, Louisiana, 112 carries as a junior.
And he is a big back. Look at him. He's just boating his way forward, just a straight ahead downhill guy. Loves contact. Right there, nobody wants to tackle him. Just running through the guys, just showing his physical capabilities and how strong of a back he is. You got to have these guys on short yardage downs. He's not so much of a burner and run away from you, but he's getting those extra yards after contact, which is big in the SEC.
Yeah, and a big back, too. And we've seen Coach Saban a lot of times in his offense playing a 1-2 punch, having a big running back and then a more nimble, shifty running back right here. I think this guy does a really good job. And now in modern-day offense, you've got to be able to move and catch the ball in the backfield. We saw Najee Harris do it so many times this year, but just setting up a screen, letting the guy go score a touchdown.
And it's all about the missed tackles when you watch him here. You know, he caught that ball, a 1-yard catch. Guy hits him there, and he misses the tackle and scores. And once again here, 2-3 guys hit him here, and they still don't make the tackle. He's just a physical specimen, you know, Derrick Henry type big guy. Derrick Henry is definitely 240, a lot bigger than him, but he's running that style of physical play, and it's going to be big for us.
Well, 240, like you said, and we talked about the big guys, offensive linemen, defensive linemen, got to put on a weight. Running backs too, man.
Yeah.
They got to be able to put on that body armor of the muscle and be able to take and absorb the hits because these guys are not nice on the inside.
Let's take a look at Kyle Edwards' social media, and as you see at the bottom of that picture, with those rings aligned, be the standard. Both of you know what those 3 words mean.
Yeah, being the standard. I mean, it's actually saying that you're not going to lower your bar. Everybody has to play up to you. There's a process, there's accountability, there's discipline, and there's a standard that we hold ourselves to, not only as coaches, but as a program. So I'm excited to have him, out-of-state guy, but becoming a part of a great standard. And you saw him there. He fits the standard in the way he runs that ball. He's physical and he's tough.
Yeah, I really like that. Be the standard, right? The bar set pretty high. We're not going to lower it for anybody or anything. And they know this coming in of what it takes and what Coach Saban expects them day in and day out. It's not just on game day. It's really 365 days a year. He used to say a lot, you got to play like the scoreboard is 0-0. And that really is not in the fourth quarter of a game, but it's really when you're coming in, when you're getting ready to go to work, and right there, knowing it, putting on the picture, the standard's set high. You got to keep the torch going.
And this current roster of football players who play for the University of Alabama right now, they know that standard. And let's talk about this season for the Tide and what that looked like for them.
Yeah, I thought it was a good season. Obviously, it wasn't the standard that what we're used to. We want to be in the playoffs, want to have opportunity to play that next game. But the guys are. I think we can be happy with the season. We had another 10-win season. Our seniors left here with a record, I think, of like 53-4. I mean, those are things that you can hang your hat on. National champions. But what the standard is now is that we have another opportunity. So let's look back on the season, the mistakes that we've made, and let's go out and finish it. So I think that's the standard for our team now moving forward because we had a great season. I think now is the opportunity just to finish it.
No doubt. 10 wins, and everybody seems to be disappointed, right? And I think that's great to where our program is at. But a lot of injuries we had on defense. So we played a lot of good games close, played Auburn and LSU right down to the wire where our 2 losses came from. But for me, as a recruit coming in, it gives me a lot of confidence because what Coach Saban is going to do is put you on the field. We had 2 true freshmen start at linebackers for us. They
9
were really
total
good.
played the whole season.
Exactly. I mean, played DJ Dale playing up front. So if you're good enough to get on the field, Coach Saban's going to put you out there and keep everything rolling like it has been.
Well, let's take a look at part 1 of this season in review for the Crimson Tide.
We welcome you wherever you are as we get set for another season of Bama football, opening it up today against the Duke Blue Devils out of the Atlantic Coast Conference.
First game back, 2019.
Hey, here's the deal! It is going on! We set the tempo! We set the tempo! Represent the A! Represent yourself! Represent this group!
Set to go. It's Alabama and Duke.
Play action, rolls right, throws wide open. Forrestall, the tight end of the 10. He's down the left side, 5. He'll power in. Touchdown, Alabama. Anthony Jennings trying to come around on the outside. Here's pressure up the middle. Have a seat, young man.
Here's Robinson. Goal line. Got there. Touchdown, Alabama. And it's 14 points in less than 5 minutes. The Tide's starting to roll. Two and a throw for it. Got a man wide open. Caught. Touchdown. Major Tennyson for the score.
He'll get around the outside bend, down the right sideline for a touchdown.
And it's intercepted. Trayvon Diggs. Here's Ford down the sideline, not going to catch him.
Intercepted by Jordan Battle.
And succeed Alabama did today to the tune of 42-3.
It's a good start. We had a good camp. But one game does not make a reputation or an identity. This is something that we have to continue throughout the course of the year.
We've got plenty of daylight. First play of the game. How many times have you seen this? 75 yards. Picked off. Patrick Surtain.
Big hole, turn on the afterburners.
And he's got daylight. See ya. 74 yards for the true freshman from DC.
Nobody was going to get him.
Touchdown, Najee Harris.
Looks like Bama's going to go for it.
4th down and 3.
Looks left. Everybody's covered. Throws. Najee. First down.
Inside the 30. Broke a tackle. A hurdle.
Hurdles over a man at the 15. And he will take it in for a touchdown. Oh, my goodness. One of the plays of the year.
You got that?
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pushes one towards the end zone. Intercepted Alabama. Xavier McKinney.
Quick slant. There he goes. Henry runs for a tie touchdown.
Tua getting the ball out quickly and accurately. And it's yards after the catch by the best receiving group in the land.
Wide open is Ruggs. Henry Ruggs will not be caught. Fake it to Harris. Judy wide open for the touchdown.
Reaches down to his knees. Makes the grab. Touchdown, Alabama. And that's going to do it.
We're going to work our tails off every day. We're going to get this thing rolling in the right direction.
Oh, baby, what a jumper! A huge three. Oh my goodness, what a play.
Oh, mercy!
Unbelievable.
Showtime! Bama fans here at Coleman are on their feet.
Upgrade your game day with Crimson Tide Access. Get into the action and go behind the scenes with exclusive access to teams and facilities, or choose from several other unforgettable upgrades that are available at home Alabama athletic events. Visit rolltide.com/Crimson Tide Access for details and to upgrade your game day today.
If you think you know Alabama, there's more. Think entrepreneurs and authors, performers, innovators, and CEOs, shaping our world, inspiring us, making us think differently. The University of Alabama, where legends are made.
Three-pointer on the way. Bottom!
What a road win for Alabama.
At the buzzer, counted it, goes. It's
Top of the key, a three. Got it!
And there's Walker.
Welcome back into the National Signing Day show here at the University of Alabama. While we were on break, we did have a couple of more signees added to that big board, so let's once again take a look. Guys, we've got Brian Branch, Seth McLaughlin, Javian Cohen, Rodell Williams, Kyle Edwards, and then the two newest adds, which we will get to, Jaquez Robinson and Taiyu Jones-Bell.
Nice, bringing in another defensive back from Florida, Jacksonville, lockdown corner. Excited to watch this guy and see his highlights. And then Taiyu Jones-Bell, a special kid from Florida as well, receiver. Going to be another addition on that great receiving core that we already have.
Yeah, 2 4-stars coming in right here. Like you said, receiver core. We're talking about the standard being set. It's been set, but also the defensive backs. I mean, Jaquez Robinson has a lot of clips of him covering people and nobody's throwing the ball.
Yeah.
It's really fun to watch the highlight reel when people are really scared to throw at him.
He's definitely a lockdown guy, and we're going to get opportunity to check out some of those highlights soon, so can't wait to watch them.
Now we're going to switch back over to what we currently have going on here at Alabama, which is the Verbo Citrus Bowl coming up in Orlando. Our Christopher England has a full rundown of what you should be looking for when the Tide takes on the 6-3 Big Ten Michigan Wolverines.
Alabama will meet Michigan in the Verbo Citrus Bowl on New Year's Day. That matchup will be Alabama's third trip to the Citrus Bowl and just the 5th time two of the winningest programs in college football history have met on the gridiron. Michigan is #1 all-time in wins with 962. Alabama is 4th in college football history with 915 wins. just 2 behind Yale and 7 behind second place Ohio State. In Alabama's 2 other trips to the Citrus Bowl, the Crimson Tide squared off against Ohio State in 1995. A 50-yard touchdown pass from Jay Barker to Sherman Williams gave the Tide a 24-17 win over the Buckeyes. In 2011, Alabama dominated Kirk Cousins and Michigan State as the Tide held the Spartans' offense to just 171 total yards as Alabama rolled over number 7 Michigan State 49-7. The series between Alabama and Michigan is tied at 2 wins each. The Tide's first victory over the Wolverines came in the 1997 Outback Bowl. Linebacker Dwayne Rudd intercepted a Brian Greasy pass and took it back 88 yards to put Alabama ahead 10-6. Sean Alexander added a 46-yard touchdown run in the fourth quarter to give the Crimson Tide an 11-point lead as Alabama defeated Michigan 17-14 in Gene Stallings' final game as head coach. And in the most recent matchup in 2012, the second-ranked Crimson Tide opened the season against number 8 Michigan at Cowboy Stadium in Arlington. Alabama jumped out to a 31-0 lead as the Tide dominated the Wolverines 41-14. This season, number 14 Michigan enters the Citrus Bowl matchup against the Crimson Tide 9-3. All 3 of the Wolverines' losses have come against top 15 opponents. The Wolverines pulled out a tough 24-21 win in double overtime against Army in Week 2. Their biggest wins were a 10-3 win over number 14 Iowa on homecoming and a 45-14 rout of number 8 Notre Dame in Ann Arbor to close out the month of October. Jim Harbaugh is in his 5th season as head coach of the Maize and Blue. Harbaugh is 47-17 as head coach at Michigan and has double-digit wins in 3 of his first 4 seasons as head coach. This will be the first ever meeting between Nick Saban and Jim Harbaugh as head coaches. The Wolverines are 5th in the Big Ten in scoring, averaging 33 points per game. Leading the Michigan offense is former Ole Miss quarterback Shea Patterson. Patterson ranks 2nd in the Big Ten, averaging 235.7 yards per game. Patterson has thrown for 2,828 yards on the season, about 1,300 less than the Crimson Tide's total passing yards of 4,122. On the ground, the Wolverines don't have a 1,000-yard rusher like the Crimson Tide and Najee Harris, but Zach Charbonnet and Hassan Haskins have combined to total 1,203 yards on the season. Ronnie Bell is Michigan's leading receiver with 44 receptions, but it's Nico Collins and Donovan Peoples-Jones that lead the team in touchdown catches. Collins leads the Wolverines with 7 touchdowns, while Peoples-Jones is right behind with 6. Defensively, the Wolverines rank 5th in the Big Ten, giving up 19.5 points per game. Leading the Wolverines on defense is Khaleke Hudson. Hudson is 1st on the team and 5th in the Big Ten with 97 tackles. The Alabama offensive line will need to know where Josh Uche is at all times. Uche leads the Wolverines with 8.5 sacks. While Alabama has been in the national championship game the past 4 seasons, and this will be the first time in the playoff era that the Crimson Tide will not be a part of it, there's still a lot to play for both sides.
I think everybody's got to refocus their mindset, in playing in this game. We're playing a very good team in Michigan, and I'm sure that they have their reasons for having their motivation to try to vindicate, some of the things that happened in their season. And I also think that, we have a lot of reasons to, want to play well, to, sort of vindicate some of the disappointments that we've had in our season.
Kickoff for the Verbo Citrus Bowl is scheduled for noon Central Time on New Year's Day. If you can't be at the game in Orlando, you can watch it live on ABC.
Thanks so much, Christopher. And guys, we talked about it a little bit in pre-show. This is an old school game between Nick Saban and Jim Harbaugh. And Shea Patterson, 2,828 yards, 22 touchdowns, but 6 interceptions. So on the defense, how do you take advantage of that?
Well, I mean, like you said, you have to take advantage early on in bowl games. The big thing in these games is the missed tackles and the miscommunications. You're going to go away from playing a game. It's been 5-6 weeks since we've played a game. So now when you go into these games, you watch teams miss tackles, blow coverages, and you give up big plays and things that shouldn't happen. So you got to go out and play on your fundamentals. So these next 4 to 5 weeks is camp practices for us. Good on good, opportunities for you to sharpen your skills and work on those small techniques and penalties and fundamentals and things that cost us late in the season in some games.
And on offense, what does this game show for Mac Jones? What does he have to show?
Well, he showed us a lot against Auburn, coming in the situation like he did, making his only 3rd start. His first road start down in Auburn, played really good. So for him, it's keeping that momentum going. It's keeping the offense. Everybody on offense is going to come back and play. Jerry Jeudy, these guys are going to be contributors. So it's keeping it going because we've had a really good year on offense, scoring a ton of points, but you got to keep it going. And coming off the Auburn game, you had some mental errors, had some penalties in the end of the game. So you got to really clean that stuff up going into this bowl game. Mental errors, mental focus becomes paramount in a game like this with so much time off.
And that all has to do with attention to detail, which Coach Saban harps on all season, but especially harped on in the press conference on Monday.
It kind of comes full circle, right? Of what you start in training camp, you go through the whole season, and now you've got that final push to really clean up what you're doing. For us with Coach Saban's first year, I think we made the biggest step going into our 2008 season when we were going through the bowl practices. We were a 6-6 team. We went down to the Independence Bowl and really took advantage of that week of the bowl practice of getting back to basics, getting back to fundamentals, and really resetting for the next season. So we've got some seniors that are going to play their last game. It's going to be emotional. It'll be fun. But for next season, it's about getting ready and refocusing.
Well, here's what Coach Saban had to say about preparation for the Verbo Citrus Bowl.
Definitely good to get back to work out there today. It's a great opportunity for a lot of players on our team to learn, grow, and improve with these practices that we have for this game. But the same message is, pay attention to detail, focus on doing the little things right. It seems like every time we don't have success in a game, those are the points that we have to emphasize and show the players. So these are habits that you want to definitely practice every day. So that your focus is what it needs to be, so that you can pay attention to detail and play with great discipline.
And don't go anywhere. We've got plenty more to talk about and a couple new signees that we're going to hit on when we come back. Stay with us.
If you think you know Alabama, there's more. Think entrepreneurs and authors, performers, innovators, and CEOs, shaping our world, inspiring us, making us think differently. The University of Alabama, where legends are made.
Upgrade your game day with Crimson Tide Access. Get into the action and go behind the scenes with exclusive access to teams and facilities, or choose from several other unforgettable upgrades that are available at home Alabama athletic events. Visit rolltide.com/Crimson Tide Access for details and to upgrade your game day today.
We're going to work our tails off every day. We're going to get this thing rolling in the right direction.
Oh, baby, what a jumper! A huge three. Oh my goodness, what a play. Oh, mercy. Unbelievable.
Showtime. Bama fans here at Coleman are on their feet.
Trust each other, love each other. Let's do this for one another.
She's meant so much to this program.
And I am so proud of this team and where we're headed.
What a moment for the Crimson Tide when they needed it the most. A double-double was nuts.
We are built by champions.
So much airtime.
We are built by Bama.
Welcome back to the National Signing Day show here on the University of Alabama campus. What you're seeing is Mal Moore, which these two guys know very well. With me, Rashad Johnson, John Parker Wilson, Maggie Hetzel alongside with you. We've got plenty of guys to break down, but Mal Moore, how special is it to be able to be in that facility every day?
Oh, it's very special. I mean, there's no place like it in the country. There's tons of resources. Jeff Allen in athletics and training, Amy Bradford up top with the nutrition. I mean, all the things that we have there with our guys, John Deaver and academics. I mean, it's just an awesome place. Scott Cochran in the weight room. That's what you saw there.
Yeah, I was about to say, a lot of time spent with Scott Cochran in that weight room of becoming from boys to men in SEC football. But, man, we spent so much time in that building. The locker room, the meeting rooms are all there. Now the dining facility where all the players eat all their meals, work out. You have the practice field there. So beautiful facilities for these guys to participate in and get better. And, man, they've taken advantage of it the past few years.
And that's what a lot of these recruits see, and see their potential of growth when they step on this campus. And one of those recruits who's just signed with us, Jaquez Robinson, a defensive back, 6'2", 185 pounds, out of Jacksonville, Florida. I see you dancing over here, Rashad. You're excited for this one.
Man, listen, coming up and showing his physicality, showing he's not afraid to hit. When you watch this highlight, they're not throwing the ball at him at all. So all we were able to find was some tackling highlights here, him getting off the block, showing up that he's going to be an effective player in the run game. But like I said, you need a lockdown corner. Losing a guy like Trayvon Diggs, losing a guy like Shaheem Carter, Jared Maiden, who also played DB. You can't have enough of these guys in your pocket. And like he said, shh, because it's quiet on my island.
You're exactly right. He's going to be on an island all the time. But I love the physicality from this guy, coming in and making tackles. It's really important in Coach Saban's style of defense for corners and safeties to be able to make open the field of tackles. He puts them on a lot. When you go up and make plays like this guy did, that's how you get on the field really quick.
No doubt about it.
And then we're going to go back on the offensive side of the ball. Tyu Jones-Bell, wide receiver, 6 foot, 190 pounds, out of Hallandale, Florida. Miami Carroll City High School, and he chose Alabama over in-state Florida and Florida State.
Yeah, 17th ranked player in the state of Florida, and this guy right here has got some speed. Catches the ball on the perimeter like we've seen so many times from Steve Sarkisian offense of, hey, let's find ways to get the ball to the guy. And right here, just on a go route, going up and getting it, making a play. Good adjustment to the ball right there. You know, with Tua and Mac Jones are back there, not a lot of adjustments are needed, but it's nice to see it right there.
Yeah, another great adjustment here. And when you watch this guy, it looks like it's effortless. Like, he's running fast, but he's running easy and just separating himself. Once again, another dynamic adjustment to the ball. Tyu Jones-Bell, his grandmother named him. She's from Thailand. That's how he got his name. But watch him here. He's just smooth. And he's just running away from guys, making big plays, no matter how you get it to him. It can be the fade route, or it can be the quick screen as well.
And mind-boggling stat for you, scoring 17 touchdowns on just 38 catches in high school.
Wow, I mean, that's over half. You know, he's catching the ball, he said 38 times, 17 touchdowns. You know, you get it in his hands and it's 6 points. As we watched there, almost half of his touchdowns every time he touched it.
Yeah, and you got to be able to make the guys pay when you get the chance, because a lot of times, a guy like his skill set, you're going to get double covered. So when you get your chances, you got to make them pay. 17 touchdowns on 38 catches, that's taking advantage of your opportunities.
No doubt, and what's so great about that, he doesn't have to worry about getting double covered here, because we have a great slew of receivers. So it's going to be one-on-one matchups. So good luck to the other DBs.
Well, let's jump over back to social media and see what Jaquez Robinson has to say about his day of signing. I bet he's getting a lot of love on social media right now. Great in-home visit with Coach Saban and Coach Sunseri. So that just shows, you know, how much the recruiting process has grown over the years, and both of you can attest to that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's grown tremendously. I mean, these past couple weeks, something we're not used to is not playing the SEC championship, but that didn't mean we weren't working. Coach Saban, as you can see, in-home visits, Sal Sunseri doing the same thing. The entire coaching staff, they're out and they're recruiting these guys, letting them know that we want them here, we need them here. And I mean, this guy here is a lockdown corner and is going to be an effective guy early on.
Yeah, and talk about cornerback. Being able to have the chance to come for Coach Saban. We know how good he is with defensive backs and how he can develop them and get them to go play at the next level also. So, you know, Jaquez Robinson, so excited to have Coach Saban come in home, offer him a scholarship, now taking advantage of that. I mean, and let's talk about Coach Saban too. This guy works. He gets after it. He hits the trail. You know, after the season, after we played Auburn, you can see how many different players are putting up tweets of him going to homes.
Yeah.
He got after the recruiting trail like he always does, because he knows how important it is to this program.
And then Tyu Jones-Bell, again on social media, welcome to the family Nick Roll Tide roll. He's just going to adopt him right in.
No doubt about it. I mean, he might as well, because he's adopted into our family now. Tyu, you're welcome. You're part of the Crimson Tide family. We're excited to have not only you, but your mother, your sister, and everybody here that you brought the past couple weekends. So let's do it.
And fans, he's asking, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, are y'all ready? Are you two ready? Are we ready for this one?
I think everybody's ready. This guy is a special player. Get out and make some plays. I hope he's ready, because these fourth quarter, these mat drills, when they get in here in this early signing period, a lot of work gets happening, but that's what it's all about. That's how you get to be a better player.
A lot happens today, though. Just as we've been chatting, another signee adding in. So let's take one more look at our big board and see, you know, just how many guys we've added. Already a lot of offensive linemen, a lot of offense, and a couple of DBs for you, Rashad.
Yeah, I mean, we got our couple of DBs, like you said, Brian Branch and Jaquez Robinson. Our O-line is beefed up the running game as well with Rodell Williams and our great receiver and Tyu Jones-Bell. But our first our first beef up front, John Marine Latham, right down the street from Reform, Alabama. His family doesn't have to travel far. This guy is a special player. I can't wait to watch his highlights and talk about it.
Yeah, Pickens County, 6'3", 290 pounds. This guy gets back in the backfield. He makes plays. He's a big guy, but man, he's strong and gets after the passer.
Strong, and you said Pickens County. I went out to think about it. Michael Williams, another strong former Alabama player, is now the head coach at Reform, Alabama. So I'm sure, he knows what this program entails. He knows, the process and the things he's gonna have to go through here. I'm sure Michael is implementing that at the high school level. So I'm sure we're getting a great recruit in Mr. Latham.
Well, you two are getting very excited about talking about him. So hold it. We got plenty of. We're gonna watch on him when we come back. Stay with us for more on Jamarian Latham.
Three-pointer on the way. Bottom!
What a road win for Alabama.
At the buzzer, counted if it goes. It's goes!
Top of the key, a three. Got it!
And there's Walker.
With the free Crimson Tide Rewards app, you can check your point balance, see the latest promotions, redeem your points for tons of different prizes, and even check into events you attend. Download the Crimson Tide Rewards app to sign up and start winning today.
Trust each other, love each other. Let's do this for one another.
She's meant so much to this program.
And I'm so proud of this team and where we're headed.
What a moment for the Crimson Tide when they needed it the most. A double-double was nuts.
We are built by champions.
So much airtime.
We are built by Banner. Calling all kids 12 and under. Join Big Al's Kids Club today and show your Crimson Tide pride. It is the official kids club of Alabama Athletics and is free. Members will experience exclusive benefits such as discounts on tickets, special giveaways, and behind-the-scenes access that are not available to anyone else. Visit BigAlsKidsClub.com for more information and to join the Big Al's Kids Club for free today.
Welcome back to the National Signing Day show here on the campus of the University of Alabama. What you're looking at, Denny Chimes. Plenty of graduation pictures being taken in front of that one, and our 16 graduates taking pictures in front of that. But one who's going to be fresh on campus is Jamarian Latham, the defensive tackle, 6'3", 297 pounds. You guys were getting excited before the break on him. How special of a player is he?
Big guy, big pass rusher, and we need that. When Alabama's defense is the best, it's getting pressure up front from this big guy. And right here, you can see him, just that swim move and the athleticism to diagnose the screen pass and then get downfield to make the tackle. That's a big guy making a really athletic play.
Like you said, a big guy making an athletic play, living in the other team's backfield. That's what you like to see up front from your defensive lineman. He shows you his push here and able to come in and physically destroy the quarterback and change the whole rhythm of that play. Once again, up top, easily gets off the play and shows you his closing speed and being able to finish the play physically up front. He was able to finish his season with 27 tackles for a loss. That means that this guy is explosive. He's playing in the other team's backfield, and that's what you need up front. And we've already mentioned Michael Williams was his coach.
And he led Pickens County to the Division II state title in 2017-2018. And Pickens County is excited for this one. We're going to head over to social media. As you know, any of these Alabama guys are happy to commit in their home state. I will be signing this Wednesday in the Pickens County High School Auditorium at 9 a.m., which is today. Everyone is welcome to come. And you can guess, I'm a big turnout for him.
No doubt about it. I'm from Sullivan, Alabama. Pickens County is literally right down the road from me. Their town is just like mine. So if one person does something, the whole town does it. So he's having everybody to welcome to come. He's going to have the entire 1,500, 2,000 people in that town there celebrating him as he should. Congratulations.
Yeah, and it's just so cool. You know, you grow up as a kid dreaming about this. One of our recruits earlier talked about this is a dream come true. Here it is, the whole town behind him. But being an Alabama guy and be able to go just down the road, your family can come watch the games. This is special for him, the school, like you said, the whole town.
Yeah, very special for him and a great opportunity for him, too. Young guys playing up front, something we showed we're not afraid of with DJ Dale. Braswell, and other guys that get up, and Justin the boy B. So he's going to be a guy to get an opportunity to come in and show his talents, not too far from home.
Well, we're just about an hour in, and we've had a big morning so far. When we come back, we are going to recap the entire big board for you, run down those first few signees. But first, let's take a look back at what currently happened this season for the Crimson Tide in part 2 of the season recap.
I don't know. Sometimes it's just fun to watch, Gary,
Yes.
What a day for number 6. Tagovailoa. Smith got it. Touchdown.
My goodness.
Number 5. And a new single-game yardage record. A 28-yard score. Matt Brown has it blocked. In the air. On the ground. Touchdown, Alabama.
Blocks the punt and then covers it in the end zone for a touchdown. And the 12th ever meeting between the Alabama Crimson Tide and the Aggies of Texas A&M University.
Quick throw out. Jalen Waddle weaving his way for his first touchdown of the year.
My goodness.
Mon covered up. He's going down.
Back-to-back sacks. This one's Christian Barmore.
Touchdown! Oh my goodness, what a play! What a play as he finds Najee Harris.
Gonna go long sideline. Got it. Touchdown, Ruggs. Henry Ruggs.
This one is blocked. It is loose. Picked up and walked in by Alabama.
Ko had the block punt. That's the second time he's blocked a punt this year.
Terrell Shavers there to pick up the block. Great job by the Crimson Tide special teams. And this one is in the books. Alabama 47, Texas A&M 28.
It is the third Saturday in October. What that means, you get the traditional rivalry that Alabama has owned lately. But we'll see if they're on alert tonight.
What a great atmosphere. At night, the first night game here in Alabama this season, they got new lights.
Yes.
This is going to be like a rock concert out here.
This place is ready to explode.
Showtime! It's showtime!
Ryan Robinson taking on contact and the pylon.
Fakes it, throws into the end zone, touchdown!
Slade Bolden hits Miller Forrestal in the end zone.
And it's going to bring up 4th and goal. 4th and goal for Tennessee.
Garantano tried to get there, and the ball comes out. Trayvon Diggs running down the sideline.
He's going to run it all the way down. Touchdown! 99 yards. Shane Lee knocked it loose. Trayvon Diggs picked it up. Touchdown, Alabama! That's going to do it. The coaches make their way to midfield as Alabama wins it 35-13 over the Tennessee Volunteers. The Alabama Crimson Tide and the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Here we see Mac Jones making his first start.
Judy breaks a tackle. He's going to take it in. Touchdown, Alabama. Here's the quarterback looking, trying to find anybody. It's picked off by Alabama.
And Diggs, who had a fumble recovery for a touchdown last week, has a pick six this week. Touchdown, Bama.
Behind the defense for a touchdown. 40 yards. Mac Jones.
And the Tide rolls to a 48-7 win over Arkansas.
The lights turn crimson in celebration of another Alabama victory.
We're going to work our tails off every day. We're going to get this thing rolling in the right direction.
Oh, baby, what a jumper.
goes. A huge three. Oh, my goodness. What a play.
Oh, mercy!
Unbelievable.
Showtime! Bama fans here at Coleman are on their feet.
Upgrade your game day with Crimson Tide Access. Get into the action and go behind the scenes with exclusive access to teams and facilities, or choose from several other unforgettable upgrades that are available at home Alabama athletic events. Visit rolltide.com/Crimson Tide Access for details and to upgrade your game day today.
If you think you know Alabama, there's more. Think entrepreneurs and authors, performers, innovators, and CEOs, shaping our world, inspiring us, making us think differently. The University of Alabama, where legends are made.
Three-pointer on the way. Bottom!
What a road win for Alabama.
At the buzzer, counted if it goes. It goes!
Top of the key, a three. Got it!
And there's Walker.
Welcome back to the National Signing Day show here on the campus of the University of Alabama, and that right where you see that sign, where legends are made. These two legends standing next to me, Rashad Johnson, John Parker Wilson. Legends, about, 10-ish years ago, right?
Yeah, it's about
I had to throw that one out there
over
to you, too.
10 years since we left. So, but surely making legends today, National Signing Day, really cool for these guys to have the chance to come in and be a part of this legendary school. I think that's one of the things that makes our university so special. It's the legends, it's the traditions, and here we are continuing that legacy.
Well, let's take a look at some of those legends on our big board that will be legends. Brian Branch, Seth McLaughlin, Javian Cohen, Rodell Williams, Kyle Edwards, Jaquez Robinson, Tyu Jones-Bell, and John Marion Latham. Heavy on the offense, which you both have noticed this morning.
Yeah, we are. But, you know, a lot of guys in the different parts of the country have different press conferences of when they're going to sign. But you can kind of see where Coach Saban is trying to put the people in the position for the years to come, right? You got to have offensive line, defensive linemen coming in, and obviously the skill position outside. Got to be able to have some athletes coming in.
Yeah, definitely. And like you said, we're just beefing up our offense. Did a great job up front with the offensive line additions and the running back additions as well. And you know me, I'm a defensive guy, so I'm loving the defensive pickups, especially two guys in the secondary. You can't have enough guys in the secondary playing the ball as well as these guys are. A lockdown corner and a big safety up front that'll come down and make those hits. We're definitely getting better as a unit.
Well, to put it in perspective for you guys, every time a DB comes up on this board, Rashad is over here dancing. And we got a DB he was dancing about early this morning. Brian Branch, a 6-foot defensive back, 185 pounds out of Tyrone, Georgia, Sandy Creek High School. Total is 58 tackles, 5 interceptions, and 6 pass breakups in his junior campaign.
Yeah, in his junior campaign, had a great year. But overall, his entire career, that play there, one-handed interception, showed you his athletic ability. 15 total career interceptions is a high school record for Sandy Creek High School. Not traveling far, just 30 minutes outside of Atlanta, coming over here to Tuscaloosa. We're excited to have him and his family part of the Crimson Tide unit. And he's just showing you here his skill set, making plays.
And a guy that plays both sides of the ball for his high school, so understands what it takes from a defensive back standpoint, but also how to go make plays, how to be that ball hawk from the receiver position where you got to go up and take it. And I think that really helps you out at the next level of understanding both sides of the football.
No doubt about it. The translation is so important. You know, myself playing running back and then transferring over to defensive back, it helped me understand, you know, what the offense is trying to do, the rushing lanes, and where they're trying to be. So we're excited to have, you know, this guy here, home, pound, roll tide.
And I like his number 2, 14. He's already starting in the right direction.
Yeah, the next wave.
Hopefully he can live up to you, Rashad. Can he do it?
I think he can. I mean, John Parker is a great legend, a captain here. I see Brian Branch having those same qualities. He's a hard worker. He's dedicated to his team. And as you can see, I mean, he's a playmaker. 15 career interceptions, shows that he can get the job done. So if he uses those attributes and applies it, he can definitely make that 14 look good and maybe a little better than this guy.
Hey, I would be all for that. Keep it going. Be a leader, be a captain, keep the program going.
Just on the other side of the ball. Now, someone on your side of the ball who you know how important it is to have that offensive line in front of you as a quarterback, and as the running backs that have already come in as well. Seth McLaughlin, an offensive lineman, 6'4", 278 pounds out of Buford, Georgia. And you talked about this playing at the Falcons, how big the Buford, Georgia football community is.
This is a big-time football program, really coached well in high school. Right here, just dominating his guys up front. This is a big guy, but to me, he carries his weight, he carries his size, really good athleticism, pushing his guy 4 or 5 yards into the end zone. That's an easy way to score a rushing touchdown down there, just moving the end zone. And right here, climbing to the second level, using it, plays both sides of the ball so he can play the right side. And I think this is a guy that really could play all 5 positions up front on the line of scrimmage, and that helps you get on the playing field faster. We know Coach Saban likes to move guys around. With the offense that we're running now, you really need athletic guys up front, and he's one of those guys.
No doubt about it, and showing you athleticism there. I mean, he blocked his guy all the way into the end zone here, and right here, just a nice turnout block, continuing to climb forward up the field. I mean, he just does it all from all different positions, playing guard, playing tackle, just finishing the play.
And it's really tough for an offensive lineman to go from the left side of the field to play the right side. So when you have that background in high school, I mean, it's kind of like writing left-handed and then switching to writing to be the right hand, because you're using different dominance, you're dropping with different legs. So him having that pedigree, I think, really helps him out in college.
And on his social media, count your blessings, but make your blessings count. You talked about how much that spoke to you earlier. This is a blessing. This is a dream.
Yeah, for sure. And like you said, it's a dream. Count your blessings, but make your blessings count. That means he's going to take advantage of each and every day. And obviously, he did a great job of that. His team rushed for 4,600 yards behind him. A great offensive line recruit for us coming right out of Georgia.
And these are calculated words, too.
Yeah.
You know these tweets are going to the masses. They're going nationwide. So he knows what he's saying. He knows what he's getting ready for. It's exciting for me to have a guy like that come here. Big-time program, get ready to play early. Coach Saban's not scared to play true freshmen, so if your time comes up, you got to be ready to play.
And I mean, he's going to get the opportunity. He's versatile. He's a leader, as we just saw with his mindset. He's a guy that's going to work hard, so looking forward to having him.
I got another guy who's going to excite you, another offensive lineman, Javian Cohen, 6'4", 296 pounds out of Phoenix City, Alabama, and he chose the Crimson Tide over Auburn in South Carolina, and over Auburn, you know that's a big one.
Big time. Flipped him from Auburn just a week ago, and right there from his left tackle position, pulling. With the style of offense that we're running nowadays, it's athleticism up front. You got to be able to pull from your tackle position. He can do that, and then use his size and strength right there to just dominate his opponent.
And that's what he's doing. He's using his size and strength, also getting himself in great body position right here, showing you his length, reaching out and punching the guys and knocking them down. Right there, you'd like to see him make a setback and work on that, but he's showing you his overall strength and his ability on the edge with his feet there, changing direction to get that nice block on the edge.
I love what you said, too, the length. Man, look how long his arms. It looks like he can tie his shoestrings without even bending over.
Right.
That's what you want from an offensive line, is be able to put some distance between you and the pass rusher. That way they can't do the spin moves, go the up and under. Arm length, like a big heavyweight boxer.
Wow.
Length is big for an offensive lineman.
It's so big, and this guy can move. Just showing him pulling there on those last 3 plays, moving around and playing in space. Going to be a big-time player for us.
And from Phoenix City, we take a look at his social media. God led me home, and you both know this, the state of Alabama being home.
I love that. He said, God led me home after everything I've been through. My hashtag is God wins. Javo the Great, man. You're going to be, phenomenal if you keep that mindset and keep that work ethic. So we're looking forward to having you, buddy.
I'll tell you what, that's it. As big as this guy is, look how athletic he is.
He's probably talking to God as big as he is.
I know, right? This is what I'm talking about. Crazy, his physical attributes as just a senior in high school. Now to get to bring it in, work hard, but man, he's got the structure right there to come in. The length, though, that to me is his biggest attribute.
Well, we're only about a little over an hour in. We've got plenty left to talk about. Stay here with us with these 2 great ones, keeping you updated through National Signing Day.
If you think you know Alabama, there's more. Think entrepreneurs, and authors, performers, innovators, and CEOs, shaping our world, inspiring us, making us think differently. The University of Alabama, where legends are made.
Upgrade your game day with Crimson Tide Access. Get into the action and go behind the scenes with exclusive access to teams and facilities, or choose from several other unforgettable upgrades that are available at home Alabama athletic events. Visit RollTide.com/Crimson Tide Access for details and to upgrade your game day today.
We're going to work our tails off every day. We're going to get this thing rolling in the right direction.
Oh, baby, what a jumper! A huge swing. Oh my goodness, what a play. Oh, mercy. Unbelievable.
Showtime. Bama fans here at Coleman are on their feet.
Trust each other, love each other, let's do this for one another.
She's meant so much to this program.
But I am so proud of this team and where we're headed.
What a moment for the Crimson Tide when they needed it the most. A double-double was nuts.
We are built by champions.
So much airtime.
We are built by Bama. Welcome back to National Signing Day on the campus here of the University of Alabama. What you're looking at is the sign right outside of Bryant-Denny Stadium. And behind us, you might hear a couple of sound effects. I mean, always improving here on campus, and they are making a couple of upgrades here to Bryant-Denny Stadium. And while we want to run those down for you, we've got plenty of other updates on the roster of the Crimson Tide. And as you can see, there's a couple of pictures of Bryant-Denny Stadium, and those boards are going to be 60% bigger now in this stadium.
So we'll be able to see him from 2059.
Yeah, see him from the interstate. The Crimson Standard is underway from Greg Byrne. I mean, it was the day after our last game. They got to work. It's awesome what they're going to do. I cannot wait to see what happens at Bryant-Denny Stadium because it's already as beautiful as it is. It's going to be even better.
Definitely. I mean, as you can see, nothing stays the same around here, just like the players. Players go and graduate, and then we bring in our next wave of players that are going to be a part of the team. And that's what we're enjoying talking about today. Everything is improving. Everything is getting better.
Well, they still got those Christmas wreaths out on the front with all the construction around them. Got to decorate what's left and what's pretty. So if you do hear any of those sound effects, our apologies, but things will be made better. Don't you worry. Now, one thing made better, like we talked about the roster, Rodell Williams, a running back from Hueytown, Alabama, 5'10", 207 pounds. And man, this guy is impressive.
Very impressive. He's a jump cutter, running back, low to the center of gravity, but he also has the ability to make the long run and run away from angles. As you can see him here, smart player thinking about his next move. Knowing the guy's diving for his feet, picks him up there to finish the run. 3 1,000-yard seasons, consistency. Consistency not only in his efforts as a football player, but consistency in his health, which is big to say, coming into the SEC, we know his physical style play.
84 rushing touchdowns, 92 total touchdowns in high school. I don't care if you play on air right there.
Yeah.
That spin move is elusive. And for me, it's getting in the hole and then making a decision, right? So running backs, it takes maturity, it takes time spent. And right there, as many times as he's played, he hits it, he sees the hole, and then makes a pay because he's got the speed on the back end to get it like you're going to see right here. But, man, once he hits the hole, he's gone.
No doubt about it. And you can see him. He's hesitating in the hole and then hitting it. And he's cutting in, back out of the backside of the run starting to the right, and he comes out the left side. He's thinking as he's moving on each and every play. Just a really good football player that's going to step in and possibly get some opportunity early on.
Well, let's hit on another running back while we're already on pace. Let's go with Kyle Edwards, the 6', 205 running back out of Destrehan, Louisiana. He had accumulated 708 yards, 8 touchdowns, and 112 carries just as a junior, guys.
Yeah, and I think getting a guy from the state of Louisiana is big, right? Move him from out of state, get him here on campus, and this is a guy you want. Big, bruising running back. I think he plays complement to a lot of what we're doing. The younger guys that we have on staff right now, he can come in and add some strength, add some depth, and I think add some size. Does a really good job also catching the ball in the backfield, Rashad.
Definitely, I agree. He's going to add value to, like you said, the guys we have on the roster right now. with Brian Robertson, who's a big physical back. They both are very similar in what they do, but then Keelan Robinson, who's that slasher, home run hit back. You got to have a guy that's a little bit more versatile. As you see him here, he catches the ball, and it's all about his physicality and how strong he is. And not only how strong he is, his team won the state championship 2 years in a row, 2019 and 2018. So you know you're getting a guy that's a part of a great program that understands what it takes to win. And when you get those guys, bringing them to what we have, he's only going to add more value.
And let's head over to his social media. He's excited for this one. There he is. And down at the bottom, you can see where all those rings are, and you can see Be the Standard with Coach Saban's signature next to it. I mean, Be the Standard and Coach Saban's signature. Can those two go together any perfectly?
Not at all. I mean, that is it. You know, the standard has already been set. You know Coach Saban and University of Alabama's history since he's been here since 2007. I think we've been in 5 national champions, 7 and won 5.
Yeah.
I mean, it's unbelievable in a 10-year span.
Yeah, and for me too, also having that history and that background in high school of winning those state championships really puts you in the right mindset, because it's not easy. You just don't wake up and win state championships. It's a mindset, it's a philosophy, it's a process that you have to buy into. So knowing that in high school, you just take it one step higher when you get to Coach Saban.
No doubt about it.
And the big board, it's continuing to grow. And, you know, we've got a lot of offensive guys coming in, but we have a couple more defensive guys, which we'll get to. I'll give you those names in a minute as you start dancing. But what have you seen? We can actually talk about them right now. Jackson Bratton, a linebacker from Muscle Shoals, Alabama, and then Drew Sanders, another linebacker from Denton, Texas. I mean, I know they're not defensive backs, but they're on the defensive side of the ball, Rashad.
Yeah, I love all defensive players. Defensive back, defensive linemen, linebackers, anybody that can go and hit and tackle and create that identity that we like to have on the defensive side of the ball. And both of these guys do a great job of that. They're going to be projected inside linebackers for us. I think Drew may be projected outside, but both do a great job of just energy and physical play. They fly to the football. You're going to get an opportunity to watch some highlights here soon, but great additions to our team and add some more depth to that young linebacker core that we have right now.
Yeah, Drew Sanders is one of the top recruits in the entire country. 5 stars on some services, and another athlete, a guy that's played tight end, spent most of his senior year focusing on the linebacker position because that's where he thought he was going to spend most of his time in college. But this guy has got a nose for the ball, and he makes plays. I mean, it's a really nice job of reading and understanding and just a high football IQ. But to me, another athlete that has a chance to come in and make an early impact at the linebacker position.
And one more to add, you guys.
Oh.
Chris Braswell. You can see how quickly this moves, and we get excited over here just like you guys do. Defensive lineman, Baltimore, Maryland, coming down to the South.
Yeah, coming on down to the South, and he has a couple guys that he's going to be buddies with that I'm sure helped bring him this way. Darian Dalcourt and Shane Lee, you know, guys that were part of the St. Francis Academy School up there in D.C. So bringing him down here as well, he's going to fit in really well if he's, you know, just like those guys. Those are great character guys. They work hard. So we're looking for Chris to be the same type of guy and bring that same talent to our team.
I like this. He said it's going to feel like home coming back to Alabama with all these guys that he already knows. So let's get this pipeline going. I like the trend we're getting right here from Baltimore, Maryland, because we know how many athletes they produce, and having a guy that's going to have, you remember how uncomfortable it is almost when you're a freshman. I mean, it's a big change for these guys, and I think we got to talk about it because they're going from living at home, doing everything they've been doing for the 18 years, and now it's completely different. You got classes, you got school, you got work, you got to manage your time. And I think having some guys on campus that you know and trust really helps out that transition.
No, I have to agree with you, John Parker. Just having those guys that you know and you can trust helps with the transition, like you said, because they can hold you accountable. Shane Lee has already done it. Darian Dalcourt, they've already experienced their freshman year. You know, and Shane did it a little bit more. He experienced it as a football player and playing as a freshman. So he's carried that load, you know, quite well. So he's going to be able to, you know, help Chris, talk him through it, as well as the rest of the guys on the team. But especially important to have some guys from your high school that come here and they can help you bring those guys and be a part of this family. So it just shows you a special place when you have guys that come from a school and aren't afraid to go back and recruit their buddies and bring them here as well.
Well, we've got 3 more we're going to break down for you. You can see how quickly this is moving. Just within about 5 minutes, you're adding 3 to the list. So don't go anywhere. You're going to miss the action, I promise. Stay with us. We'll be back.
Three-pointer on the way. Bottom!
What a road win for Alabama.
At the buzzer, counted if it goes. It goes!
Top of the key, a three. Got it.
And there's Walker.
With the free Crimson Tide Rewards app, you can check your point balance, see the latest promotions, redeem your points for tons of different prizes, and even check into events you attend. Download the Crimson Tide Rewards app to sign up and start winning today.
Trust each other, love each other, let's do this for one another.
She's meant so much to this program.
But I am so proud of this team and where we're headed.
What a moment for the Crimson Tide when they needed it the most. A double-double was nuts.
We are built by champions.
So much airtime.
We are built by Bama. Calling all kids 12 and under. Join Big Al's Kids Club today and show your Crimson Tide pride. It is the official kids club of Alabama Athletics and is free. Members will experience exclusive benefits such as discounts on tickets, special giveaways, and behind-the-scenes access that are not available to anyone else. Visit BigAlsKidsClub.com for more information and to join the Big Al's Kids Club for free today. Welcome back to the National Signing Day show here on Bryant-Denny Stadium. You're looking at the beautiful quad in both of these guys. I bet you were out there a couple of times, maybe doing some homework.
Yeah, definitely
Not
doing some
football.
homework.
Oh, don't lie, don't lie.
Homework. We were both out there for the captain's ceremony, though, after our 2008 season, our senior, for the captains, where all the cleats and handprints are in the cement. So pretty cool for us to go back there. Now we got the little guys. We can take them back there and kind of put their. It's a nice picture. So really cool to see those shots around campus.
Those handprints are history. Those footprints are history. And another guy trying to make some history is going to be Jackson Bratton, one of the new signees, a linebacker, 6'3", 233 pounds from Muscle Shoals, Alabama. Another one of your Alabama guys. He's a dual sport athlete who actually competed in baseball as well in high school.
Yeah, I mean, those dual sport athletes, you're seeing less and less of those guys because guys are, singularly focused now. They feel like they got to just play one sport. But I love those guys that can compete and show their athleticism in other sports as well. And you watch him here. I mean, he's just a motor guy who is running after the football. And when he gets there, he's going to be violent. Right here, ball on the perimeter, turns and run. Let me get some of that. You gotta love it. You gotta love his physicality, his energy. I mean, he's running through blocks here and just all about the game. Right here in state, so coming to the University of Alabama means something to him. Born, knowing what the tradition means, and his athleticism and his speed, man, is gonna be really special to watch.
How about this? Committed to the University of Alabama on March 24th, 2018.
Yeah.
So he's been bought in for a couple years now. With this guy, watching his highlights on defense, he's all over the field. He really does a really good job of seeing what's going on, reading what the offense is trying to do, and then going and making a play. I mean, this guy, he's got the speed, really, really good sideline to sidelines. See him making a lot of plays at the linebacker position.
A ton, 155 tackles in his junior season. 12 of those for a loss and 7 sacks. So he's making a ton of plays.
And grew up an Alabama fan. Said he always dreamed of playing for the Tide. We're getting more and more Alabama guys this season. I really think with the way nationwide recruiting we're doing, which is great. Let's go get the best players we can possibly get.
Yeah.
Sprinkle in the hometown Alabama guys that can talk about the tradition.
Yeah.
They can teach you the fight song. They can teach you what it means to be an Alabama fan 365 days a year. It doesn't take long when you get the young guys from Alabama to teach the other guys.
No, great
And
point.
he committed to the Crimson Tide over Auburn, Nebraska, Tennessee, Texas A&M. He's an Alabama guy, like you both said earlier. It is West Coast to East Coast on this recruiting landscape now.
Yeah, and it's so important to have it all over the country. It doesn't matter if you're in California or Maryland or New Jersey. We've got a lot of good players from the state of New Jersey in the past, and when you can have all that work together with the tradition, Coach Saban's been here for over a decade now. Coach Cochran's an Alabama guy. I think it just really keeps the program moving forward. It really does, because you can kind of have the best of both worlds, nationwide recruiting with some hometown feel.
And we're going to jump to another linebacker. This one, we're going to go a little bit west, Denton, Texas, Ryan High School, Drew Sanders, 6'5", 230 pounds. Man, this guy, he is a 5-star recruit by multiple different outlets.
And a reason why is because he can do everything. Everything's bigger in Texas, and this guy plays every position and shows you the athleticism here, playing quarterback, now rushing in and wants some physicality at the end of that run. Once again, here, just showing you the fake read, downhill, running through guys, physicality, big guy, and being able to separate. I mean, just a utility player of the year in 2018, threw for 4 touchdowns, 119 tackles. Just an all-around great player. And what I loved about him is that he made a decision this year to say, you know what, I'm not going to focus on offense. I'm going to focus strictly on defense because that's what I want to play for the Crimson Tide. So that shows you a guy that's already dedicated and thinking about the next level.
Yeah, and to have the ability to play defensive end, linebacker, and quarterback. I mean,
and receiver.
Takes back kicks, just could do it all. Extreme athlete, but comes in at 6'5", 212 pounds. So he's got the frame, he's got the size to do it, and with his athleticism, man, I think this kid's going to be great. 5-star, anytime you can get a 5-star kid in the program like that from the state of Texas. So our first guy from the state of Texas is big.
And he caught 34 passes as a senior for 717 yards. And we've got him down here as a linebacker in his position. So he's ready to be a champion, as his social media says. And from those numbers and from basically a quadruple threat on the field at this point, like, what can he do?
Probably takes back kicks too.
You're right.
Punt return, kicks off extra points, and then probably gets the Gatorade ready for all the guys on the sideline. So really can do it all. Obviously, see his picture right there with I'm assuming his mother.
Yes.
So family means a lot to him, and that's what Alabama's about. It's about family, getting them in and teaching them about everything.
My recruiting is 100% over.
Yeah,
he knew it, and you like those guys that know it and they know what they want to do.
Yeah, I mean,
they're committed.
They're committed, and he made that decision during the season last year. Like I said, you can see it in his bio. He makes a decision that says, hey, you know what? I don't want to play offense anymore. I'm going to focus on the defensive side of the ball because I want to be coached by the greatest coach of all time, Coach Saban, and learn how to be an effective player on that end. So he's already been committed. Just showed you his commitment to make that decision early on in high school like he did. Excited to have you, Drew, and the family, man. Welcome.
We're going to stay on the defensive side of the ball. Chris Braswell, a defensive lineman, 6'3", 220 pounds. And we're going to go back up north again. Baltimore, Maryland, St. Francis, those are hard words, Academy.
Yeah, and this guy is a long, freakish athlete. He's just a natural pass rusher. As you can see there, his length. All you saw was that right arm reach out and grab the quarterback and bring him down. Show you his ability to go up and under. I mean, he's not very big in his stature and size. He's going to grow into that, but he's just showing you how freakish of an athlete in terms of pass rushing ability and just closing speed. Those are things that you like and some things that we need to pick up on. When you're losing a guy like Anthony Jennings that, did a great job of that last season, Chris Braswell will be in that next wave of guys who will be, very special in terms of closing and making plays for us like he's doing right there at the high school level.
Yeah, that's that power rush and then getting the speed off of once he sees the quarterback escape. I mean, this guy right here rushes a passer. That's what it's all about. Getting back there, cause havoc on the defense. 5-star guy, didn't commit till November 25th, so less than a month ago, went through the whole process, and now we're getting him at Alabama.
Yeah, and we're glad to have him, and I'm sure, those guys, Shane Lee, Darian Galcourt, guys who are from his old school, who are now members of our team, had a huge, opportunity to help bring him here, and we're excited to have him as a part of our team. So that definitely helps to have family, and like he said, he feels like this is going to be his second home.
And let's take a look at his social media. I can't wait to play here. It's going to be great, and it is going to be great. 5-star, like you said, does multiple things.
It's going to be really great to watch him just grow into what he's projected to be. 5-star guys, those guys come out sometimes and aren't hard workers. Sometimes they kind of set back. This guy here, you can see his energy, you can see his motor and when you watch him play the game. So as you watch him matriculate into the player he's going to be, it's going to be a fun show.
That's going to be a lot of motivation too as a player, right?
Yeah.
You stand next to the national championship trophy. You're still in high school.
Got your turnover belt.
Got the turnover belt. Got everything right here. He's been in Bratton Indy Stadium. Been here on his official visit. Seen the light show. Man, it's exciting. It's an exciting time to be a part of the program like it has been for so long. But coming in, so much in front of them. But like you said, you got to get to work. You got to make it. You got to prove it on the field once you get here. One of the things we always say, he's a 5-star guy. I'm not going to take anything away from him.
Right.
But we forget the high school. We forget the stars once you get on campus, right?
No doubt about it. It's definitely forgotten. I mean, you have to. What have you done for me lately? These young guys will learn that as they matriculate and grow in life, and that's just a standard fact. You have to understand that it takes the work once you get there. You can't make a decision and live off your past. It's what am I going to do today to be a better player? How disciplined am I going to be? How accountable am I going to be to my teammates and to this program and to the the standard. And I think Chris is going to do a great job of that. He has a great support system, not only with his former teammates, but with the staff around him. So we're looking forward to having this East Coast guy moving down to the South and get him a little bit of this chicken and, you know, mac and cheese and, you know, beef him up a little bit.
Got to find your favorite rib joint around town. There's a lot of pressure on that, too.
Yeah, let's talk about that
These two
afterwards.
are experts, I can tell you that. Both of them, they know exactly where to go. So if you need a mask up now, you talk about the sport group. He's going to have a sport group with these guys on this big board who's going to be coming in with him. Let's take a look at that once again. And at the top, we've talked about many of those now. The newest add, Quindarius Robinson, another linebacker. Oh, Rashad's over here excited on the defensive side of the ball. So we've had a couple of defensive guys. Now we're getting a good even balance on this board at this point.
A great even balance, like you said on this board. You know, these last couple pickups, last 4 signees, 5 signees have been defensive guys. And we're talking about, you know, Q Robinson right here, you know, in Birmingham, Jackson Olin,
Birmingham guy.
Yeah, man, this guy is special, man. Just a family guy. His mother, his sisters, I had a chance to meet his entire family. Just a great young man. You know, you meet these guys sometimes and they're young and they don't, you know, show emotions or hug or this and that. You know, he comes to see you, he wants to hug. You know what I'm saying? He's just that type of guy. And we're excited to have him here. He's a tremendous pass rusher. So looking forward to watching him.
I'm looking ahead his Twitter right here. He posted at National Signing Day. He's got an Alabama little quarter zip. He's got on an Alabama hat, so there was no question where he was going. When he came in the building, it was all Alabama. Buy in early. Let's go. I love this.
Got the houndstooth going.
He's got it going. Buy it in. Get the passion going, because now, you know, you sign, you get ready, and this kid's ready to go.
Passionate in-state guy. We talked about it. We continue to get more and more in-state guys. You know, we get some fillers from around Florida, you know, Georgia. But, you know, if we can get these homegrown guys who understand and have a passion where it's not far. They grew up watching the Tide be what they've been, and now they're excited, you know, to start their own trend.
Fans are excited, players excited. These two excited. Put it in perspective for you. They're dancing every time they hear a new name. We've got more names coming up. We're going to give you Q Robinson's highlights when we come back, and we'll dance you out of here. Stay with us.
We're going to work our tails off every day. We're going to get this thing rolling in the right direction.
Oh, baby, what a jumper! A huge three. Oh my goodness, what a play. Oh, mercy. Unbelievable.
Showtime. Bama fans here at Coleman are on their feet.
Upgrade your game day with Crimson Tide Access. Get into the action and go behind the scenes with exclusive access to teams and facilities, or choose from several other unforgettable upgrades that are available at home Alabama athletic events. Visit rolltide.com/Crimson Tide Access for details and to upgrade your game day today.
If you think you know Alabama, there's more. Think entrepreneurs and authors, performers, innovators, and CEOs, shaping our world, inspiring us, making us think differently. The University of Alabama, where legends are made.
Three-pointer on the way. Bottom.
What a road win for Alabama.
At the buzzer, counted if it goes. It's goes.
Top of the key, a three. Got it.
And there's Walker.
Welcome back into the National Signing Day show here on the campus of the University of Alabama, right through those sliding, beautiful glass opening doors. This is where these two guys sit next to me, Rashad Johnson, John Parker Wilson, say, boys become men with Coach Scott Cochran in those conditioning
No doubt about it. I mean, you're going to be challenged mentally, physically, and everywhere around it. Character summers that Cochran does for the guys, it's just a phenomenal building. And like you said, boys become men. I actually have made man tattooed on my arm. You can't see it here. I got on this nice suit, but if I could show it to you, I'll maybe put it on my Twitter. You can check it out later. But that's exactly what happens. You come in a boy, you're pushed to your limits, and by the time you leave, hopefully you become a man by the resources that we put around you.
Hey, one of my favorite things that Coach Cochran usually puts out right after the bowl game is the freshman class, and then the side-by-side picture of when they graduate. I mean, these guys get big. That weight room is nice. It's very pretty and shiny, but, man, they get after a lot of sweat in there. You know, you work out, then you go out on the fields and run the 110s. It's a lot of fun, but it's a lot of work.
Well, you both said the fourth quarter program that these guys go through, it's intense, and people don't see that.
Well, it really is, and it teaches you a lot about yourself as a player and getting ready for those tough times that you're going to face on the field, in the classroom, in life, everything. It teaches you about toughness, discipline, pride, all kind of things that you can really dig down deep. And one of the things we really pride ourselves in is the fourth quarter. Going out there and scoring more points than their team in the fourth quarter. It's done all year round. It starts in January when you get back from the ball game. Right. Fourth quarter program starts, and it goes all the way to the last snap of the ball game.
Yeah, I mean, it's an amazing program. Like you said, it trains every aspect of your body, and the biggest thing I think it trains is your mind. Like you said, you learn to be able to make a choice. Am I going to choose to finish? Am I going to choose, to quit? Am I going to make sure I'm making the right choices of the things that I'm putting in my body daily? So it helps you grow, not only as a player, but as a man. So it's a tremendous program for these guys to go through.
And look, guys use this, and it translates to the next level also. You learn so much about yourself, and it's preparing you to play in the NFL. It's teaching you everything that you need to do to be successful.
And one of those guys that's really going to benefit and want to get into that room that conditioning room with Coach Scott Cochran is Quindarius Robinson, Q Robinson, linebacker, 6'5", 220 pounds. So you can already see that big frame he's going to grow off of. And he registered 40 tackles with 13 tackles for loss and 8 sacks as a junior.
Yeah, had a tremendous junior season. As you see there, the way he gets off the ball is so fast. Tremendous speed, long, and his athleticism as well. And just being able to make plays on the other side of the ball is what you love about him. Once again, you can see we're targeting pass rushers. These guys with great length and can win one-on-one matchups. And you get them all on the field, it's going to be a problem. Once again, just closing speed and physicality.
6'5". This guy has got some serious speed. He's got the frame right there to knock down balls. And to me, man, this guy's got a motor. He gets back there, and it's just a relentless pursuit for the passer, sack after sack. Man, I just love the way this guy plays football. You turn on his film, and you can see it. He's got a different gear than everybody else. Get back there, causing crazy havoc for offensive passers.
Yeah, crazy havoc, and like you said, the 4-star prospect. Some people doubted him as a 5-star and missed, majority of his senior season with the injury. So it just shows you how good of a player he was early on in his career.
And he's going to be a fun player to watch. He was ranked the #1 player in the state of Alabama by 247 Sports and Rivals.com. Now let's take a look at his Twitter. Roll Tide, committed. And that awesome graphic by our graphics team. Nice.
That's really nice. I mean, he looks nice in that crimson red right there. Can't wait to be in Tuscaloosa together, brother. So he's talking to Jaquez Robinson. So right there, you can just see, the family, the tradition. It's already began. It already started this summer. It started, during the fall as they come on the official visits. They're teaming up. They're talking to each other. And John Parker, you can hit on that because you were recruited.
Yeah, and you do feel in those bonds because you're going on official visits, unofficial visits. You come to games. You spend a lot of time with these guys.
Yeah.
Also, you go to camps during the off season. You travel around as you're trying to get recruited. It's very cool to see these bonds. And this guy from Birmingham, Alabama fan, he's ready to go. He's going to rub off on a lot of guys.
The R&R family, Robinson to Robinson. I like it. You brush the pass and I catch the picks.
Oh, okay, I like that.
That works.
I like that.
That works.
All right, Mr. Ryman over here, I like him. All right, now a couple of the guys who are already brothers, many of the guys who are already brothers, the guys on this team right now. Let's go ahead and take a look back at their season and see part 3 of the season recap for the Crimson Tide.
The scene is set. The home team has not been here in just about a month.
We are underway in Starkville.
Down to the goal line and in for the touchdown.
Stevens looks towards Hill, then throws intercepted. Intercepted by Alabama's Lee. Shane takes it and back inside the 20 to the 19-yard line. Looks wide open. Najee Harris, touchdown, Alabama. Handoff, Najee, hello, score another one as he goes up the middle. Cuts right, cuts left, walks it in. Tua already had his hands in the air. Touchdown, Alabama.
Najee Harris's 4th touchdown of the game. Down the sideline, touchdown. Well, that was creative.
He will carry it in for the touchdown.
I'ma do what I do, that means stay packing too, so you haters won't try to get me.
And great defense by the Alabama Crimson Tide.
And I don't think he got there. Anthony Jennings and Christian Harris made sure of it.
Here comes Ben Davis.
Hit hard, rocketed right up the middle. Ben Davis.
And this one is in the books. Alabama wins it by a score of 38-7.
And if you see me in the streets and this is the guy for you, go ahead, so they holler at me.
It's always a special, special day, senior day here in Tuscaloosa, as Alabama gets set to meet the Catamounts of Western Carolina University.
This senior class has put together an overall record of 50-4 over the last 4 seasons. That victory total is among the best in the country during that span.
It's our last time together in this stadium, but let's rock out, dog. Spot it, hit.
The pass is going to be intercepted. Xavier McKinney.
It's deflected, picked off by Alabama.
McKinney again. His second interception, and there he goes. Alabama to the house once again.
1 on 3.
He'll fumble the ball, and it's recovered by Alabama at the 37-yard line.
What a start for Xavier McKinney. Handoff to Robinson towards the pylon. Did he get there? Touchdown for the Tide.
From the 12, throws into the left flat. Najee is there. He'll find a seam. He'll fight his way forward. He is in. Touchdown, Alabama. He gets taken down by Byron Young.
Heavy pressure, no surprise, and down he goes.
Great pursuit by Justin Aboigbe.
Really just playing good football, doing your job, executing, and probably couldn't have scripted better for Alabama so far this game.
This one's going to be picked off. Tyree Adams picked off by the senior, Jared Maiden. Throws a dangerous pass and it's picked off. Jared Maiden, the senior, his second interception of the third quarter after heavy pressure from Christian Barmore.
Here Talia throws a screen left side. Down the left side, Devontae Smith. Touchdown, Alabama. The corner, does he get in? Yes, touchdown, Alabama. Bama has now won 49 of their last 51 here at Bryant-Denny Stadium. They win it today by a final score of 66-3.
Team on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Touchdown, Alabama.
Catch made by Devontae Smith.
Intercepted Alabama. Xavier McKinney.
If you think you know Alabama, there's more. Think entrepreneurs and authors, performers, innovators, and CEOs, shaping our world, inspiring us, making us think differently. The University of Alabama, where legends are made.
Upgrade your game day with Crimson Tide Access. Get into the action and go behind the scenes with exclusive access to teams and facilities, or choose from several other unforgettable upgrades that are available at home Alabama athletic events. Visit RollTide.com/Crimson Tide Access for details and to upgrade your game day today.
We're going to work our tails off every day. We're going to get this thing rolling in the right direction.
Oh, baby, what a jumper! Kyra Lewis, a huge three.
Oh my goodness, what a play.
Oh, mercy!
Unbelievable.
Showtime! Bama fans here at Coleman are on their feet.
Trust each other, love each other, let's do this for one another.
She's meant so much to this program.
And I am so proud of this team and where we're headed.
What a moment for the Crimson Tide when they needed it the most.
A double-double was nuts.
We are built by champions.
So much airtime.
We are built by Bama. Welcome back to the National Signing Day show here on the campus of the University of Alabama. A couple of the greats you're seeing on there. I've got two more sitting right next to me. Rashad Johnson, John Parker Wilson, Maggie Hetzel alongside with you. Now, guys, our big board, it's been growing over the past about an hour and a half. So let's go ahead and take a look back at that one. So you got your Brian Branch safety at the top, a couple of offensive linemen and Seth McLaughlin and Javian Cohen, and then you're going running backs, Rodell Williams, Kyle Edwards, a couple of DBs and Jaquez Robinson, and then you're going to go to linebackers, Jackson Bratton, Drew Sanders, Chris Braswell, and we got plenty we're adding in there, and Q Robinson, our latest add. So a good build so far.
Yeah, a great build so far. Like you said, I mean, I think we got just a great group on both sides of the ball, offensively and defensively. Right now, here lately, have been beefing up our defensive side of the ball with 4 linebackers consecutively in a row, just showing you we need more pass rushers, one on that ability, and guys in the middle that can just call the defense and make plays for us.
Yeah, 5 guys right now on the offensive side of the ball, 7 defense, and that's 5 of those guys being linebackers. So seeing the opportunity to come in and play as linebackers, like we saw 2 true freshmen for Coach Saban play this year, but really fill up the defensive side of the ball right here in the past few minutes.
And this football guy over here, he's got a sheet with an actual offensive and defense set up right here, breaking down these guys for you. So you're in a treat with these two, breaking stuff down.
Like to know where everybody's at, how we're positioned the roster, because losing some receivers, there's a lot of different people trying to fill the places. We only get so many guys to sign. All these guys report, but right now we're looking good.
Well, if you missed the first hour of our show, we're going to fill the places and fill those gaps for you. We're going to continue talking about some of our signees with Jaquez Robinson, a defensive back, 6'2", 185 pounds. Now, he's from down in Florida, Jacksonville, Florida, Sandalwood High School. That sounds like a resort.
It definitely sounds like a resort down there. But this guy, he has a resort of his own. It's called Jaquez Robinson Island. This guy, when you watch his film, no one throws at him. Right here, that's why we had the pool film of him just making tackles, just to show him being active. Great feet, long arms, and right here, just being able to come in and stop the runner. So as you can see, Jaquez Robinson Island is on its way with Sandalwood Resort on the sideline. So let's do it.
Yeah, and a big. We need to be as cold as it is right now in Tuscaloosa. I wish I was down at that resort. But this guy...
Bring us some warmth.
Exactly, right? We'll be down in Orlando play to Michigan before we know it. So we'll be down there soon enough. But 6'2", 180 pounds, so he's a big cornerback. Rashad, talk about how, usually you see cornerbacks less than the 6-foot mark. This guy would be a pretty tall corner.
Yeah, I mean, he's extremely tall. Like you said, 6'2", and Coach Saban loves that about him as a DB. And what it does, it gives you length. And when you have length as a DB, you can reach your hands out and you can affect the receiver, change the timing of the route, change the distance of the route, and from there, it makes you effective. And that's what makes him so good at the high school level. No one can really get around him with his long arms and the timing that he's throwing off, using his great athleticism and his long arms.
Well, we're going to fill some of those wide receiver spots that you talked about. John Parker, Taiyu, Jones, Bell, wide receiver, 6 foot, 190 pounds, Hollandale, Florida, and another one from Florida. Chose Alabama over in-state Florida and Florida State.
Yeah, big pickup for Alabama right here. You can see the speed. This has become a huge trend for us, is having speed at the wide receivers. We saw it all year this year with how fast Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle, but this guy's got the speed, and right there the adjustments to make the plays, because that's really important receiver. You can run a go route or a post route and be faster than everybody, but to have the athleticism to come back, to make plays for your quarterback, every ball is not going to be perfect. Right there, 1 foot inbounds, make the touchdown. I think that was a touchdown. Referee called it out, but this guy can make some plays.
I'll call it a touchdown. But I mean, like you said, he can make plays. He's adjusting to the ball and just smooth with it. It doesn't look like he's stressing himself out while he's on the field playing. He's kind of just allowing the rhythm of the game to come to him. Here, a competitive catch over the top. I mean, just all around can do it all.
Yeah, and good releases. So one of the things as a receiver, you've got to be able to get off that press coverage. We saw a couple clips right there where he knows how to release, get off the ball, and then get open.
And that mind-boggling stat I mentioned earlier, 17 touchdowns on just 38 catches. Like you said, Rashad, make them pay. And he's asking Tuscaloosa, are you ready? Are y'all ready?
You dang right. 17 touchdowns on 38 receptions. Keep that ratio going, buddy. We ready.
He's going to get more than 38 targets when he comes to Alabama because unlike in high school, probably not going to get double coverage. So that ability to get off press is going to come in handy.
And then we're going to add someone on the defensive side of the ball, Jamarian Latham, defensive tackle, 6'3", 297 pounds, out of Reform, Alabama, Pickens County High School. You two are familiar with that area.
Yeah, Reform, Alabama, not far from Tuscaloosa, not far from my hometown. I actually had opportunity when I was playing in the NFL to have this high school team come to a 7-on-7 camp of mine. So it's great to watch, this program grow under Michael Williams, former Alabama, graduate and player under Coach Saban, and Jamarian Latham right here. He's just physical, living in the other team's backfield and aggressive at the point of attack as well. So homebred, 30 minutes from the road. He's gonna have to do some renegotiating with some of his teammates to get him some extra tickets when his payday comes up for sure.
Exactly, right? He's going to have a big ticket list, but this guy, 6'3", 290 pounds. I mean, this is a big guy. Here you see him right here on the offensive side of the ball, so it shows you what all he can do. But man, as big as he is, he's spending a lot of times in the backfield. I don't think he likes quarterbacks too much.
Not at all.
And to his social media, I will be signing this Wednesday today in the Pickens County High School Auditorium at 9. Everyone is welcome to come. Pickens County was excited to that one. I bet you that auditorium was packed.
It was packed. Everybody in the entire Pickens County was definitely there supporting this young man and his family. Zebo, we're ready to have you.
Yeah, I mean, pretty cool for him. I'm going to say they were standing room only at that auditorium.
Yeah.
Bring it down here. We'll take everybody we can get, but I think it adds a little something to everybody when we get hometown kids committing to come to Alabama, keeping the tradition and just their knowledge of the past of what it's like to be an Alabama fan. I think it's really great for our program to keep these guys in state. So important.
As we continue to talk about this, remember you can find all of these signees on RollTide.com and Alabama football social media pages, and it will keep you right here. We'll keep you as updated as we are. Stay with us. Don't go anywhere.
Three-pointer on the way. Bottom!
What a road win for Alabama.
At the buzzer, counted if it goes. It goes!
Top of the key, a three. Got it!
And there's Walker.
With the free Crimson Tide Rewards app, you can check your point balance, see the latest promotions, redeem your points for tons of different prizes, and even check into events you attend. Download the Crimson Tide Rewards app to sign up and start winning today.
Trust each other, love each other, let's do this for one another.
She's meant so much to this program.
But I'm so proud of this team and where we're headed.
What a moment for the Crimson Tide when they needed it the most.
A double-double was nuts.
We are built by champions.
So much airtime.
We are built by Bama. Calling all kids 12 and under. Join Big Al's Kids Club today and show your Crimson Tide pride. It is the official kids club of Alabama Athletics and is free. Members will experience exclusive benefits such as discounts on tickets, special giveaways, and behind-the-scenes access that are not available to anyone else. Visit BigAlsKidsClub.com for more information and to join the Big Al's Kids Club for free today.
Welcome back to the National Signing Day show here on the campus, University of Alabama. That's our big board, and that's who we've had sign so far to the Crimson Tide. Pretty impressive.
Very impressive. I mean, we're loading up on both sides of the ball. Here recently, we're pulling in the linebackers. Demoy Kennedy is the latest addition to this great group of linebackers that we have. He's going to be projected inside linebacker, some 4-star, some 5-star on some sites, but just a great player, and we're excited to have him and watch his highlights here soon.
Demoy Kennedy, like you said, added to that list. A linebacker, 6'3", 215 pounds from Theodore, Alabama. And let's take a look at him. Chose Alabama over in-state Auburn, along with Georgia and LSU. And Rashad, you said his highlights are crazy.
I mean, because he's playing inside linebacker is what we're saying. But if you watch him here, he's a guy that plays in space. Right there, physicality, showing him to be able to play in the run game. But let's get to this next highlight. He's playing in a ton of space here, and we're expecting him to play inside backer. Shows you his change of direction, coming down and making tackles, being able to diagnose what's happening in front of him. You typically don't see inside linebackers dropping in the flat there and then being able to make the play in the open field.
He almost looks like a nickel cover corner coach coming down and being able to play that right there, catching the ball and making a pay. You know nobody's going to catch him once he gets in the open field like that. But a guy that's going to play inside linebacker but really has the ability to play all over the field. You can see him just getting back there, making plays, flying around. That's what I like to see. Another guy with a little big motor because, I mean, every time you turn on the tape, he's making something big.
He's making some plays. I mean, he's adjusting right there in the open field there. Had a guy in the flat, was drifting with him, but looked at the quarterback eyes and made an adjustment to come back and made a huge interception there. I mean, we watched him rush the passer. We watched him make tackles. We watched him, catch interceptions. This guy can really do it all.
And a lot of people had him as the #1 player in the state. So to keep the guy from Theodore, Alabama, in home like this is a big get for Coach Saban.
Ooh.
And you can hear his reaction to this tweet.
I'm like, it was mine.
Exactly. I mean, he said it. What's his?
And yours, trust me, be a champion, man. Continue to work the way that you're working. Bring that same mindset here. We need you. Heart of a lion, I die hard champion. We love it, man. Bobcat built, but you're going to end up being built by Bama in this next wave.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Take what you learned from high school, but get ready to come here and get to work. This guy, I'm liking these tweets. He's ready to go.
He's fired up. He's got me fired up.
I like some passion, especially the linebacker position. You got to be able to go out there and just be a wrecking ball. This guy right here coming in hot on signing day.
It's like the quarterback position on offense. The linebacker position is that voice. He's that energy. He's that spokesperson. So for him to, have that energy, to have that type of mentality and put it out there, it just shows you what he's going to bring to this type of program. We're excited to have every bit of Demoy Kennedy.
And as we just have only a few minutes left, we're going to rapid fire and get a couple of these signees in so you can know what they're all about. Jackson Bratton, linebacker, 6'3", 233 pounds, Muscle Shoals, Alabama.
Flying around.
Making plays right there, playing special teams, getting on the field, making it. But you're going to see this guy play multiple positions, but get all over the field, making plays. Offense, defense right here. The double mug, A linebacker, use a power rush, get back there to the quarterback.
Just has a tremendous motor. Like John Parker said, just continue to push, don't stop. Plays on the perimeter here, he turns, runs to the ball. And when he runs, he's trying to impose his will and be physically, assertive. Right here, runs through the block. Nothing is going to deny this guy from making plays. Jackson Bratton is going to be a really great player for us. Shows that he can play special teams on that first clip. When you got a guy of his stature that can run as fast as he can, it's going to be special to watch. He'll get an opportunity early.
And now we're going to jump to Juice Sanders, another linebacker, 6'5", 230 pounds from over west, Denton, Texas.
Yeah, linebacker, defensive end, quarterback, wide receiver, running back. This guy does it all right here, coming from a big football state in Texas. You can see how big he is. He just looks bigger than everybody else on the field. He's 6'5". He's a 5-star guy. Get him here to Alabama, make plays. That's what it's all about.
I mean, that's definitely what it's all about. And Juice Sanders in high school was the Burger King, man. He had it his way. He's running over guys from the quarterback position. He plays receiver, double moving, throwing it up top. Now he's at the defensive end, showing you his pass rush ability and ability just to continue to rush after him. So Juice Sanders, man, excited to have this big-time Texas player part of the Crimson Tide staff.
Rashad-isms are the best. You guys are going to treat for those. Chris Braswell, defensive lineman, 6'3", 220 pounds, up, East Coast, Baltimore, Maryland.
We love to have the East Coast guy, man. He's long, athletic, tremendous pass rusher, up and under move here, just causing fumbles and making big plays. Shane Lee, Darren Dalcourt, buddies of his, former St. Francis Academy guys. So we're creating a pipeline, like John Parker said earlier. Glad to have this special
player.
player.
Keep it going. We'll take all those players each and every year, especially a guy like Braswell, 5-star guy. According to Rivals, he was the second best player in all this state. He was the #1 at his position, that outside linebacker position. You can see why right here on film. He's doing it all. He really does. And he's a 5-star guy. You want as many of these guys on campus. Get in there, get on the field early, and make some plays.
And we're going to jump to Q Robinson, a linebacker, 6'5", 220 pounds, Birmingham, Alabama. Man, you talk about this guy's stature.
Great stature, man. He's 6'5", 217, like you said, and coming from right up the road. In-state guy, so he understands what the University of Alabama stands for and being a part of this team. And what he does here and being aggressive, relentless type player, we love everything that we see about him and his ability to rush the passer and create turnovers and create havoc when he gets there.
Speed rusher. Man, he's got the speed from the edge, and his long arms allows him to create separation from the defensive tackle so he can get back to the passers, knocking it down. We've seen Anthony Jennings really make a living doing that, being havoc in the backfield and getting back. But this guy, man, I was watching the film. I just don't think he likes quarterbacks.
Yeah.
He has a problem with quarterbacks, and he shows it every time he plays.
I love that he doesn't like them. Unanimous top 80 player. Didn't even play his senior year, so it shows how special he was to get his senior year cut short and unanimously a top 80 player in the entire nation.
And this is the big board that we have just through the couple of hours that we've been with you. Brian Branch, a safety, Seth McLaughlin, and Javian Cohen, both offensive linemen. Rodell Williams, Kyle Edwards, big running backs. And then as you go down, it's an impressive board. But, guys, that's all the time that we do have. Thank you both for being with us, John Parker Wilson, Rashad Johnson. And, this is going to be ongoing all day through UA Athletics, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and on RollTide.com. Make sure you keep up with the new signees in the next wave of Crimson Tide football. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great day, everybody.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.